we have ourselves a nice Age of Mythology casted game point of view to watch today. We have Chasing the Sun. Chasing the Sun is a very strong Age of Mythology player, plays in the tournaments, and he's going to be playing up against someone in the shadows, which is Severo, one of the many accounts of Kido, who is an equally as strong player as Chasing the Sun. So we've had a bit of a request to watch a noir game as a point of view, so I thought this one might be one that we're going to check out. It's going to be on the map Key. The map Key is this one, which has all of the trees in the middle and basically no gold. So if we look at the map, it's this kind of wood all around, gold mines and town centers all around the outside. So we'll see what Chasing the Sun can do here. It's also the one which gets all the cows in the middle. So I imagine that Pioneers are pretty good here. So all of the Chinese, because for some reason Sky Lanterns can actually grab you cows. I don't know why. A Pegasus can't, but a Sky Lantern can. So we can see here if he moves over, maybe he can grab those. The Oracle probably close enough to be able to stop that one. So not really going for it. But we'll have a look at what relics have been gathered so far. Maybe they'll make a big change. We've got ranged soldiers snare unit, so slow down, just like melee ones do. Increases melee attack of halberdiers. Halberdiers versus Kido's Gaia could be interesting if he goes for some kind of fast heroic Kantarius play. Got ranged soldiers again being cheaper, and the ranged myth units. I think that's really going to matter. And what is this guy? Human soldiers, more pierce attacks. Nothing crazy. The more pierce armor one is nice. It wasn't pierce attack, it's pierce armor. And the ranged soldiers being cheaper is pretty good for the Chinese, as you want to go into as many archers as you can in general, just because there's so many archers. And for anyone who wants to play Noir, the build is extremely easy. You go Kwafu, you get enough to build a temple or a second Kwafu if that's what you want to do later on. On this one, Chasing the Sun has just gone, I want 150 gold to grab a temple, then move over to the wood. Every peasant goes over to food until you've got enough to get this chieftain Kwafu out, which is your hero Kwafu. Send him over to the gold mine, and then you should have enough to advance. You can then grab another peasant if you want to. He's also grabbing Divine Light, so I think he has spotted this cheaper Archer's Relic, which is normally the one that the Chinese player is going to want to get. He's also done a nice bit of a lantern here, so seen what's on this town center. The town centers on this map, I mean, we've watched this map quite a lot, to be honest, as there seems to be some good games on it, but there's not too much on a lot of the town centers. He hasn't spotted one of his own, so I guess he's likely to not go for one, and we're actually seeing him think about going up to the next stage, but he hasn't clicked it. He stopped the villagers. There we go. He stopped the villagers. I think he was just debating which one to go through, so maybe lost out on 5 seconds there, whatever. It's going to be Zhenu, which is my favorite one to go. I think she's a lot of fun. Getting these chilling out, I should say. Get the chilling out. The fire-breathing horses that also get some good damage done. They heal up your boys, and sometimes that is enough to find some wins. Let's have this nice chieftain upgrade as well at some point. We'll see how Kwafu heavy Chasing the Sun wants to go. I think the most recent game we watched from the Chinese was Soup, and he played Fuxi and went basically pure Kwafus. It went up to the next stage with 3 Kwafus and then ended up basically auto-queuing them until he wanted to start building myth units, which is pretty interesting. I think we are going to see 1 Kwafu coming out straight away. So if you've not played for a while, Kwafus are now 10 favor. They used to be something like 15 or 16 or something like that, so they're way cheaper on the favor than they used to be. So you can get those out very, very quickly. We've got the Zhenu coming through. On the other side, there is going to be a late Oceanus for Gaia. I think a late advance time on this map can normally be fine. You seem to spawn quite far away from your opponent. They have to run through all of these trees, and it's quite difficult to get early damage done, unless maybe there's a forward gold mine. Maybe if your gold mine looks like this, it's going to be a bit tough, but then it is kind of easy to wall off the situation as well. Chillin is going to come forward with just a handful of these pioneers to get some damage done. If he can, maybe the Chillin's just going to scout. This town center, it has 2 gold mines on it. Actually, this isn't the worst. The gold mines are 3 gold mines. Okay, but they are kind of all far away. But if Kido can get this town center, that's pretty insane. You don't often get 3 gold mines even close to anything. Chasing the Sun is going to be moving into the town center range. A little bit angsty. Are those pioneers? Want to get some damage in, but they're going to get sent packing. And just posturing around to maybe stop this second town center if that's going to be a choice. Often what we see, we actually also do see it from this side, but often what the Gaia players do in this situation is get some Termers out to deal with this Pioneer early aggression. You definitely don't want to overbuild the Pioneers because the Termers take them out so quick. And already the answer in the Wuzu Javelin is for those Termers. You might think that maybe the Termers win this fight, but they definitely don't. You have more range on the Javelineers. They shoot faster, and they're almost as quick. They are 4.8 speed. Gaia Termers are slightly quicker, so they are 5 speed normally, but Termers Termers on the grass, they will be slightly quicker. It's like there's a cheeky Carnivora over this side, but I don't rate this at all, because the Kwafu can just come over and kill this pretty quickly if he wants to. But deciding to do it anyway. It looks like the Kwafu is just ignoring it for the time being. And we'll see how good Kido's micro is. Losing a couple of Termers. If there's a big group of Termers and you just attack kind of one close to the front, then you can normally get some good damage done if they don't move away. How the pre-ballistics works is you kind of go to attack a unit and you will attack where it was after, you know, half a second. So if you just attack something that's quite near the front, then you end up getting some good damage done anyway. Looks like he's just bringing back his Pioneers. It's also a fine choice. I mean, the Kwafu, you can see how much resource he does actually gather. You kind of do want that guy gathering, but I wouldn't mind coming over. He probably takes 5 or 6 hits to kill it. You see the amount of damage this guy does is absolutely ridiculous. But how many Kwafus actually are we on before we stopped? We got 3. We got 3 total, and now getting this reincarnation tech, which is every 5th unit that dies of the same type, you do get one back. So if you are going for something heavy like these Wuzu Javelineers, if these all went down, then you would get one back for free. There's a pretty nice tech, especially late game tech. You can get this at any point, but then during the late game, it's going to be nice just to keep pumping. Maybe mid to late game. Super late game doesn't matter. You have all the resources in the world. You don't need that little bit of extra assistance. Economic Guild looks like it's going down. There's so many Termers this side. How's the micro for chasing the sun? It's like he is doing pretty nicely, but his heroes are going to go down so quick. The heroes, they made sense earlier because you just want to get something out. Very similar to Norse, you know, while you're advancing to the next stage, you can get your hearses out. The Pioneers, especially in this matchup, unless you were going to see Leto from the other side, where they have loads of robots to come down that they can actually deal damage to. Basically, they're only good against the Carnivoras, because at this top level, I don't believe the Pioneers should ever be hitting the Caladrias, unless they're just, I don't know, misstepped from the other side. But it is just going to be pure Wuzu Javelineers here into probably just pure Termers. There's going to be a mana coming forward here, and there's a nice gold mine that Kido can move on to at some point. Also, there's one in the base. Pretty well defended. Chasing the sun, doing something similar. Moving on to the gold mine before you need it is always a great shout if you can do it. So if you've got the pressure, like Chasing the Sun does here, look how much damage just comes through. But yeah, if you have the pressure, then moving out onto a forward gold mine first, and then maybe you might be under pressure later, and then you can retreat back to this 1600 gold sat in the bank, which is going to be nice. I do like this play from the Citizen, where, oh, she's could potentially go down. She is going to go down. That's a nice snipe. But yeah, just constantly producing these manas and granaries, whatever they're called, forward, these economic guilds. Great idea. There's going to be more chilling. More Wuzu Javelineers. In general, I absolutely love this combo of some kind of archer. Oh, and then force out. Look how many Termers there are. I think Chasing the Sun not expecting this level of Termer, which is fine for him because he does have that vanish to just get away. But in general, this archer with some kind of melee myth unit combo is so good. You get your kind of Cyclops with some archers, Cyclops with the Toxotes. It's just such a strong combo. You've got your, I guess you could do Minotaurs with the Toxotes, and every Civ can really go for this if they want to. I do like we've mentioned Leto earlier with the robots with the Automaton. Automaton Termer is a sick combo. And we've got, you know, Killen's Blessing. Chillin's Blessing. When I read it, I say the Q, but I know you shouldn't say Q, you should say a kind of ch sound. But that is going to be extra healing for the boys. And the more of these guys you get, just the healing goes through the roof. And we know how strong healing is with every new civ that comes out. It seems to have more and more healing. The Japanese healing is just ridiculous. And we can see how just popular it is and how insane it is. And then whenever you play a matchup where you just don't have healing, God does it hurt. I was even thinking about this earlier. It looks like there is going to be some Termas coming through. Do you have some catapulties that are kind of tanking up the Javelineers? Also, the Caladriers overhead, stopping that kind of micro... Oh my god. Or stopping the lack of micro, let's say. Uzi Javelineers going down so quick. The Chillin, though, they're not getting touched by these Termas because there are just no heroes. So they will be able to heal up. But Kido definitely gets the best out of that trade. And the boys are just going to have to run back home. Did you get the... No, hasn't got the Pierce Armor upgrade. Why is it at 43? Because he got Thunderclad Shoal. So it really does have that advantage there. I think the cheaper relic, though, did go to Kido. Oh, no, that's the snaring one. The snaring relic is going to be nice. Slow down the boys. Hit them a little bit more. But I think these Chillin are going to get some big value. But yeah, building the Mamillo from the other side, the Hero Mamillos, the Catapulties are nice. Because Kido doesn't have access to some kind of myth unit similar to the Chillin to just tank up all the archer fire. So getting a hero in to tank these guys that are only doing, this is going to be 4 damage per second, which is nothing really, because they are counter archers. I mean, they do have that massive 3.5 times multiplier. And it looks like Chasing the Sun wants to get up to the next stage, so he's got kind of 200 food left to go before he can advance to the next stage. Also deciding to go for copper shields, which absolutely makes sense when you're dealing with mass Terma. Why not? And also grabbing a Kwafu. Wonder what his choice of heroic age is going to be. And it is going to be Gomang. Gomang is your defensive kind of style. Also the Tao Wus are just so strong. That's one of my favorite Chinese myth units. You just bulldoze through absolutely everybody. It's going to be nice to, with this ball of units against the Terma, if he can actually get out a couple of those Tao Wus and kind of use the manual task of the ability and just use one, bulldoze through, use the second one, and then as soon as the units get knocked up, the Wuzu Javelineers can take them out. I mean, that's the idea. Easier said than done, but would be nice to see. And more going on to this gold mine. Still hasn't touched this one, so just queuing straight to the forward gold mine. And eco upgrades. Just the basic ones in. All the classical wage ones are already in for Chasing the Sun. Not thinking about a second town center. Wanted to go kind of teching up Heroic Age instead. It's a play we see more and more at these kind of top levels is there seems to be less second town centers. Oh, look at this. Nice raid coming through from Kido. They're all hero Termas too. So really wants something to take out these fire horses. Nice micro from Chasing the Sun. That's what we're saying about the pre-ballistics. You just absolutely whiff everything. So if you can just move to the side, this guy survives with 4 HP. I don't know if Chasing the Sun plays another game like AoE 2 or one of those ones where micro is even more crucial. Saying that, I don't really play the other ones, but micro is my favorite part of the game for sure. It's like a manual task of the Tao Wu just to get over here a little bit quicker. I'm sure we're going to see some heavy range soldiers in pretty soon, and we'll see what kind of big fight is going to come here. The most crucial upgrade is definitely ballistics. So that our boys will be less drunk. They will be able to hit and deal with those hero Termas. Microing down the hero Termas first and letting the Chillin just run amok is your idea here. He's a little bit lacking on the gold just because he's spending it on more Kwafus. So you don't really want to take a fight until you have this heavy upgrade, because that's where your advantage is really going to lie. Also got Raya coming through for Kido, so he can steal this Tao Wu and knock up the enemy if he really wants to, but decides to steal a Chillin, get that kind of fire breath off, and the hero Mamillos that have been hidden from Chasing the Sun this whole time are just such a big addition to this army. We said the counter units, they just don't really do much against normal units, but the Baolei is up, the forest protection on the Baolei, that is definitely going to force the Keto units to at least sit on this kind of edge bit here. And the boys, the Shillings, are going to be able to heal back up. 75 HP on this Taowu is nice. When they sit still, they will go up in health even more. It's going to take a little bit of time. Clay Peasants just coming down for a bit more eco, basically. I don't know whether this was the place to really use it. Wouldn't have mind to see it down here, just out of the way on these berry bushes. There's not that many monkeys left, so maybe in 105 seconds they will go. Not ideal. Whereas down here, I mean, there aren't really many units here. You're not expecting, or Keto wouldn't be expecting any villagers down there. We wouldn't expect, but I guess equally fine to do it here. If that's what you want to go for. There's so many units here. All the Termers, heavy Termer in as well. And we need to find an answer for those Mamillos. And one thing China does struggle with, to be honest, is these kind of big Mamillos, the big hero Mamillos, because they don't have good answers to it. They have archers, but apart from archers, they don't really have much. So Termers and Mamillos are just such a strong unit comp. God, look how much damage this guy's tanking. When you attack him from the front, he also tanks even more, which is a bit of a retold buff to this fella, this behemoth. And the Terracotta Riders being forced out. Kind of like the mercenary for the Chinese. And how's your micro chasing the sun? You've got to make sure to take out the Termers, but not overkill them. I think he is overkilling them just a little bit, but he is also moving afterwards. So nice play where that's concerned. He also does have the defender's advantage, but does he have anything to take out the hero Mamillos? All of his chillin' look like they've gone down, and that is a rough position to be in. Can micro out of the town center, which is pretty decent for him. And then we'll be able to take out some of that. I think Keto gets the better of that engagement, taking out all of those myth units. He does have some heroes that he still has as well. So his high-value units were kind of the heroes that he didn't want to lose. And we'll be able to heal those up if he so chooses later on. What's it going to be? Boiling oil? Kind of interesting tech. Maybe he thinks that the Baolei is going to get aggressed on, and the town center grabbed on this side with extra Baolei. Okay, so kind of transitioning here into a bit more of a defensive style. So getting your upgrades for your Baoleis, for your towers, town center over this side, because this is the one as well with the 3 gold mines on it. And we said earlier, you don't see him with 3 gold mines. The Kantarius are going to be able to spot this one. That is unfortunate for Chasing the Sun, as if he got this Baolei up with the town center here with the other Baolei, I think he's protected it so nicely that it was going to be pretty hard for someone like Gaia to aggress onto it, because she doesn't really have the best options to take down buildings until you get to the Mythic Age. Does have the old Destroyers, but Destroyers on this forest protection is rough, because they just get snared up constantly, whereas something like a Troublous or a Catapult just outranges it and doesn't get affected by this stuff at all. Whereas I'm sure Chasing the Sun, it's only costs 100 to reuse, you know, and favor for the Chinese just comes through so easily. Nice raid as well from Keto on this top side. Looks like the Kwafu is going to go down, or the Destroyer tanking for days. We do see him go down on this top right-hand corner. And it's looking rough. If that Baolei goes up, it's a completely different game. But did he even need it here? I don't think you even need these berries. Like, maybe you do. You can get wood starved. Maybe you do need it. I was just thinking you can just go on wood, get some farms in, but maybe that is a little bit tricky. The wood, though, it does come through on the houses with this upgrade. So one of the upgrades for Forest Protection Man, there it is going to be this Vibrant Land, which trees do start to spawn on your houses. And it's a way to stop yourself getting wood starved. Wood starved sounds like a weird thing to say, but on this map, it is a definite possibility. There it is. One of the autumn trees popping up. If you just have your houses all in one spot, you can just leave a couple of Kwafus on it and just chow down on that forest. And then just maybe another Baolei on this top spot, another castle here to protect that top gold mine. Forward Palace trying to come through for Keto, but he's Chasing the Sun has also noticed that one. Only left one villager shanking it. It's going to take him a while. 20 damage a hit, look like, against that unfinished building. Nope, 15. And actually, fortified town centers in the middle just going down. The heavy destroyers, this is how you play against forest protection also. Is you say, oh, you've used your big god power here. Well, I'm just going to attack over here instead. And the destroyers have no problems against non-forest protection buildings. They can just walk through these watchtowers so easy. You see there's 76% pierce armor after getting one of those upgrades in. So Kantarius on this top side going down to the halberdiers pretty quickly. But again, the destroyers against China are insane. What is their best answer? These guys. It doesn't even make sense. The Chuko Nu, they do pierce damage against 76% pierce armor. These guys are so tough to beat. It's just constant coming over here. There is the forest protection this side, so they are going to get kind of snared up. But the Caladri is coming in clutch, healing up the big boys with the big shields, but they are going to go down to this wave of Wuzu Javelineers eventually. These guys just tickle the opponents, but I mean, how about there's 23 of them? They're eventually going to take you down. Even if they're doing 1 damage a hit, they'll eventually get through 188 HP of unit. Look at this. Oof. Big oof. Palace does go up, though, because Chasing the Sun decided not to take that one out. Now fortified town centers. What are we looking at? Also wood and gold sat in the bank. Does have access to his own siege weapon, siege crossbows. Just take down the palace, and it's going to be just Arcus from Kido. I don't know how the Arcus against pure Javelineers. They do outrange, though. They do have 20 range versus the 18, so if you can move back, it is a good option. But they're slow also. You have to micro those Arcus so well to be able to take out Javelineers. And it's probably not worth it. Getting the Kantarius, definitely a better... Kantarius and Destroyers. And you still can steal Quafus. You can steal the town center with the Quafu. So you can use Traitor on a Quafu. I think we watched a game recently where I was like, is that still a thing? Because I know Quafus used to be considered myth units. And yeah, he's just going to steal the settlement. Oof. That is not what you want to see. Heavy Destroyers taking out all these houses. Look how many trees were spawning. The Quafus, they were just constantly going after all of these trees that were spawning. Can't wood starve someone that's gone go mang. And double palace being dropped on the top side. Siege weapon trying to come through, but it's going to be so difficult to defend this top side. I think the halberdiers are really the choice, but I know they are there because there were so many Kantarius. And actually they're just walking through, maybe just causing a distraction while this is going on. Heavy Arcus. And just so many of these Chuko Nu. You barely see them. You barely see the Chuko Nus, because normally you want to get just fire archers are better in general. But maybe these guys are the best answer to taking out destroyers. One citizen not able to grab that palace. But there's a palace back here. And Kido, I mean, he mainly wants these palaces to just be pumping those destroyers. What can we see back here? Chasing the Sun, getting his farms back. And wants a slow push with these siege crossbows. I think Kido's respecting, because yeah, he's going Mythic Age. I'll say, it looks like he's completely stopped the pressure. So when someone completely stops the pressure, you know something is going on. And Mythic Age is going to be that something. There was also this town center down here. And the side build with the watchtowers. So you can build any building with the Quafu that both civs have access to. So you can't build anything like a military barracks or counter barracks or whatever the Gaia player has. But you can build these things. You can build armories, towers, temples, town centers. And the Quafu, he is a big builder. So if he can just drop a watchtower down, garrison in, while all of the other halberdiers can just get taken out, I think he's just going to carry on anyway. This was a pretty nice steal, to be honest. Oh, he's going to go down. Kido not really looking at that one. Moving back over. Still mass Arcus on this bottom side. Makes sense for defending while you're getting up to the next stage, to be fair. If you are going Mythic Age, you want something to defend the ongoing pressure. And what's better than 20 range archers? There's probably not much better. The Destroyer's going in for another raid. Even the Quafus just can't really deal with them, because villagers can turn around and hit siege weapons, but the destroyers, they have the pierce armor. The Quafu has pierce damage. Also used his forest protection on this random silo. I kind of like that because the fortified town center can go down, but the Tartarian gate is going to come through right in the main base. And again, the Quafus can't deal with this. There's so many downsides to these Quafus. Yes, they are insane. They build so quick. They gather so much wood. But in terms of using them to damage buildings or take out siege weapons, they're just not it. Tartarian Gate should be able to go down to those siege weapons, but they are slow. They are coming over. Also getting caught with the Wuxi Javelins on this top side. And I think Kido's just in such a good position here. It's going to be so difficult chasing the sun to get back through. I think he was trying for Mythic Age as well, but this has really put a stop to that one with the Tartarian Gate at 4,500 HP. It does mean he has Architects. Yeah. It's something that people don't think about when they're going this god, but getting Masons, getting Architects in just makes the Tartarian Gate last so much longer. The Tartarian spawns get more damage done, and that's what you're really after. There is going to be Mythic Age, Zhurong, Big Flames, chasing the sun to be dropped down at some point. Whether he can manage that one, but the Champion Arcus just sit underneath the Ballet. They don't really care about it, just because there's so many of them. I think the Ballet is also targeting down the Carnivora, maybe. It's a spectator bug. It's definitely attacking the Carnivora there. And the Arcus, they've spotted this top farming operation, these poor peasants. You hate to see it. People love to set up these little silos right at the back, but sometimes they get found out by the Arcus with nothing to defend them. And the citizens on this bottom side coming forward. We'll see what this Zhurong can bring, but I don't see much. I mean, this is a pretty nice find. It's a pretty nice find. Getting the Terracotta Riders in to tank the Arcus, the counter damage of the heavy Wuxi Javelineers. But look at the Vil count, 42 Vils. How many went down? Do we have any Quafus left? It's two Quafus. I mean, you need to get so much value from this big flamey boy to really get anything done. Also, this town center, I mean, he must know that it's been grabbed. Saw the Quafu move over there earlier. I thought maybe a second town center earlier could have been a nice shout against these three, or to, you know, deal with these 3 gold mines. On this other side, I think Kido's setting up one big attack to come with his 260 population. Siege crossbows, though, going to be coming through. Take down these watchtowers, no problems. And Chasing the Sun hasn't managed to get in a position to really surprise Kido with his blazing prairie. The temple coming through on this bottom side, and the Fire Siphons now has access to a good siege weapon. That's what he was waiting for. And the Hero Destroyers, they're also a decent siege weapon. But Forest Protection still exists. Where's the fire going to be raining down? Fire raining down on this backside. A lot of Lampedes potentially going to go down. That was a horrible noise. Is that the monkeys dying? Oh, there's the poor snow monkeys dying. You hate to see it. But the palace doesn't really do much damage to buildings, does it? It's really just more to units. Did this ever get nerfed? Because I feel like this used to be broken, unless I'm just completely wrong. I know the wave on release for China was just so dumb. It used to do insane damage to buildings and units, and it got nerfed against the buildings. Now it just does good damage to units. Takes down buildings decently, especially if you can combo it with the drought. Drought, then big wave, equals big combo. Mechanical Ox caravans. Chasing the Sun, he's trying. He's trying to stay in this one, but these 5 Lampedes are going to cause him a bit of trouble. Mamilos on the Quafu. Just trying to think where it went wrong. We had this position down here where there was the big Terma versus Javelineer fight, and I think he did lose that one pretty hard. Then grabbing the town center later, definitely getting this ballet up was nice on this gold mine. Trying to secure this berry bush in the front didn't really work out for him. And then just maybe one of the biggest issues was those Hero Mamilos that were in earlier, where he was just basically pure Javelineers, and those Hero Mamilos really took him by surprise, and not taking the fight with his heavy, not waiting for those heavy Wuzu Javelineers when you're fighting someone that's just got to the 3rd age as well. You were slightly ahead of him, you know, so could have got some damage done with those heavies. But maybe, yeah, if some of these were Chuko news and then took the same fight, I wouldn't even need to take the same fight. Maybe Kido would have run away. But I think that's where he found his advantage. And now it's just going to be a bit of a big struggle coming through. Yeah, so you can see after a while, if there's no Quafus here, they just constantly spawn. Like this forest was not here. I think Gomang is one of the strongest minor gods in this entire game, and Kido does take it. We've already done the big summary, so we'll see you in the next one.